What up? Asking me how did it feel? Can't say that it surprised me. You nigga was standing beside me. Let's go. What did I miss? What did I miss? What did I miss? What up, y'all? What's going on?
This is going to be my biggest book ever. No, not like that.
Third date.
Right, but he's advocating you're not even getting the first date.
Well, here's the go. Here's the.
I like you enough that you're not getting the first date.
No, I like somebody else so much that I ain't got no time to be worried about you.
So that's
sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So if you went on date number 1 with girl number 1, you would cancel dates 1 with 2, 3, 4, and 5. You would just call them up and say, I got my girl.
No, here's the thing.
He said if I like her.
If I like her that much.
No, you gotta like her that much. You gotta love her that much.
Well, there it is. That's the thing about
You
time.
gotta know there's no one that can be better than her.
There was time where you get to a point. Now listen, that was day 1. Now you went on the second date. You were on with Dylan Gabriel this first day, right? So you're looking around and you say, listen, I picked him. I went on the dating app and said I went Shador.
That was the first date you set up.
And I went Dylan. But draft is different from free agent.
Not really.
You're attached to that.
I mean, for the Cleveland Browns, the boobs are the movers.
You take them and
You
you
bring them in because we didn't have draft picks for so many years.
That's
in
why
the
they're
top of the
important.
draft. You better hit on your free
You
agent.
covet these picks. You don't answer very covet.
Think about this. Michael Woods was one of the players this year that was released due to an injury basis. He's been hurt every year.
Yeah.
He's been on this
At
roster
some
every
point.
year. That's an Andrew Berry draft pick.
Yeah.
Andrew Berry is not going. He's vested in this draft pick. I don't think
But
he's
you
as
are your
vested.
free agents too. Like you don't bring in free agents. He was
I
the
don't think
first
he's
quarterback
as
in the room, guys. You can't under any circumstance. You cannot give Kenny Pickett a look. You can't not give him a look.
Here's what's going on.
He's going to get
Let
looks.
me ask you this.
He was one.
Let me ask you this. So here's the way I think it's going to pop up. I think Dylan Gabriel gonna get some first team reps and he may play a half. Kenny Pickett not gonna play. Joe Flacco not gonna play.
Oh, I disagree with that. If he's
So
healthy,
you
he's
think they're going to get the joint practice
No.
reps then, the majority of
I
them?
don't think Kenny gonna play either.
I think
It comes down to this with Kenny. Kenny play. That's it.
If
If he's
not,
healthy, he is playing.
I don't know if he's gonna be healthy. I don't know.
That's a different issue.
But
if he's not, you're certainly not going to cut him before the first season game.
Listen, that's why I told you.
So what?
You told Kenny. You said, no, Kenny was good. I said, don't you listen to this one. You might want to get your hamstring
I
back out
still
there.
think he's good. I'm not changing my tune. I still think Kenny is good. He's in good standing with the Browns.
Until when?
Until he plays for them.
Okay, hold on. I think
They're not going to not play him and cut him. They're not going to do that.
if Dylan Gabriel comes out here this first half and he plays well,
Yes.
and then they run Shador back in the second half,
Yes.
and he cooks,
Yeah. So you cut him before the third play?
they're gonna have to figure out somewhere to go.
Now you lost your mind.
I'm there. I don't because
Here's what the talk is, and this is scary to me because, and I've asked people that know this. I'm talking roster construction people that tell me this. My school of thought is you cannot carry 4 quarterbacks. Every time I tell someone that's experienced in this league, they say, "We sure you can."
you think the
Sure you can. And I'm told by somebody that we all know and trust that it likely is that's likely what's going to happen.
You think the Eagles are good? Yeah, you think the Eagles good?
The Super Bowl champs.
If Dylan Gabriel come out here or Shador Sanders, whatever it's from, and they cook. What I'm saying is if they cook, that is
we get closer and closer to the regular season, some things stabilize themselves without it being the game. These are the race. This is the NFL. If you get hurt, sometimes you don't get an opportunity to show what you can do because you got hurt.
I agree with that. Luke Floria, I agree with that. You're an undrafted free agent.
But he was traded for like DTR and
That-
but I'm not saying like the Capitals was all right.
Did we just get done talking about how bad DTR was?
Yes.
And they traded
But it
him.
was the first move they made. Like, they didn't even bring in Joe Flacco until after they brought in Kenny Pickett. So what I'm saying is, this is where we have to go slow. We're talking about, Kenny Pickett was one on the depth chart. Everybody agree with that? Jason sat here week after week after week and said, I know you guys might not like it, but Kenny Pickett is going to be on the depth chart. When the number one quarterback on your team suffers a hamstring strain that doesn't keep, he's practicing. You're going to be cautious with it because he's your number one. But then you have your rookie quarterback plays good for 3 or 2.5 quarters, whatever he played. Now you're already thinking about divorcing yourself from a guy who's got experience in the league.
We're saying this week going forward.
I'm not-
If the rookies play well this week, then the conversation is different.
So
We're
2
saying
good
that-
rookie preseason games and you're going to cut it back.
So Jay, do you believe that if he's fully healthy, he goes back to QB1?
That's the, I don't know what they're going to do. I really don't in terms of, because I think their depth chart, by the way, has not looked like what I think it should look like. I thought Joe Flacco is the best quarterback on this roster. I don't care how hard you squint and try to convince yourself otherwise. Joe Flacco is better than Kenny Pickett. So in my rankings, I've always said Flacco, and then Jason will sit there and say, well, they're not trying to win games. Well, now that's a different story. If you're trying to figure out if the sole mission of this season is to figure out if either of these 2 rookies are the guy, then all bets are off. And quite frankly, logic won't apply to a lot of these discussions that we're having. Because normally, everything is rooted in winning. And somehow we've gotten to a place in Cleveland where that's not the case anymore. I don't like that.
That's one person's opinion.
Well,
That's what I'm gonna say.
But don't you feel like it's not just Jason, that a lot of other people, when they come on this show, national guests, they go, oh, the Browns are trash.
Well, here's the thing, man.
Like, I don't want to hear that talk.
But here's
I don't want any wasted seasons.
Like that, if you are 100% in agreement with, I don't want to hear it, and I don't believe that the season Browns are supposed to.
And
I hope not.
And I think
But and those that, no, tell me they got.
one of the things that you start to get to is I've always said, what happens on this dang on field matters. It ain't about what you thought in your head or what you think the Browns are doing 5 or 10 years from now. What I'm looking at and evaluating is what you do in that type of game. What you do with each game plan. What you do when you got to get the opportunity. If Shador Sanders is continually putting it out like that, here's the problem. People say, I don't want the circus to come to town. What they mean is, I don't want the accountability. Because circus ain't got nothing to do with it. When you play well, people take notice. Then people take notice and say, hey, that guy can play. Then they say, oh, we're going to hold you accountable. If we look at other people and they're not as good, we're going to say, why aren't you playing that guy over here? People say that's a circus. No, that's accountability. If this is the way the game works. So now people see you play. If he goes out 2 weeks in a row against one of the best teams in the game, in a second preseason game,
Does it matter what personnel play for Philly? Like, if he goes out and balls out against Philly's dudes.
hey, Philly's too better than the wild ones.
No,
Philly secondary, but what was Philly scoring that open?
I don't know. They won. They scored a lot of points.
At least, to me, at least in the trenches, their defensive line, a lot of their crews, they started
I would say play.
I want to see. The hypotheticals don't work well for me. Here's what I need to see. I need to see all these things. Except for Joe Flacco. I don't need to see Joe Flacco in a preseason game. You learn nothing from him. What I need to learn is if Shador Sanders can look that good in his rookie game in the Kevin Stefanski offense, I damn well am going to see what Kenny Pickett can do. I'm sorry, guys. I mean, I don't know why
What up?
to wave a white flag on any of these quarterbacks. They're lottery tickets, remember? Bring them all in. It's a competition. I got to see more.
For a second, you thought what?
I'm never been a believer in Kenny Pickett as
It do look like the video gallery, don't it? I swear to God, it do. That's the same thing I thought.
Because to me,
That's crazy. That's funny. That's the same thing I thought.
because of the way teams use their starters and not use their starters, I am perfectly fine with him sitting on the sideline, not doing anything this week in the joints or in the game against Philly. But here's what I am going to do. Game number 3, it's all you.
Are you crazy? I can't believe it. What? Wait, no. Oh, no. Don't do that. No. Hell no. Don't do that. No. Jay, this is you, bro.
I'm watching sports local sports show.
The goal of what makes him grand is
It's like they got like a podcast type feel,
I like
but
to
it's
play my
sports
game
talk.
against these
But
people
they
like
the
that.
set
He was backside on that
they
football.
got like
But
it's like a daytime talk
right there,
show
the ball
set
played. Okay,
where
I
it
like
got
this.
like chairs
Right.
and a
So
little
that's what you
table and
got to
stuff
do.
like that versus like sitting at a panel.
From that, right here, you got two guys on it. Well, we got Miles Garrett in the backfield. You can't
Just a bunch of
tell
local guys, you know.
his goal is to have a guy that can push the pocket on pass rush down, and that's what you'll see the flat play. But if they're running the football, you might not see that.
Are you concerned? And I know this happened many times in the NFL. It's gone both ways. You go from reacting to reacting. My concern with him is he was so good at reacting, and now you're asking him to do something completely different. I'm surprised Schwartz actually told him because Schwartz is an attacker. He wants his guys coming back. The thing that I thought was his superpower at Michigan was his ability.
Power tools give you the confidence to take on challenging home projects. With hundreds of corded and cordless tools and accessories,
What you
Power
doing?
enables you to complete tough vehicle maintenance and repairs, manage difficult landscaping projects, tackle demanding home renovations, and even turn your garage into a workshop. For all your current and future projects, Power is ready to deliver. Power, heavy duty guarantee.
Just stand up and just almost like a linebacker playing on the ball.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying he can't adjust. I did see some positive things. I did. I thought he moved well. I thought his reaction was good for the most part. But he was such a good react guy.
So what you seeing is they play this two gaps where he'll move laterally, right? And then he has this crazy quickness
What you
inside
doing?
the tackles and inside the guard where he can arm over a move. Or there were times when you watch the Ohio State tape, they just couldn't. He was just too
Couldn't
quick.
handle him.
It wasn't the power that was pushing them back. It was like the quickness in short direction and redirect.
His flaws is like a running back. I think it's, you know how when a good running back hits the ball and its first instinct isn't always hit.
Yeah,
His first instinct is to smell and see where the hole is and then go. And to me, he was the defensive equivalent of that, especially against Ohio State. Ohio State has basically two first-round running backs. Okay? Anything against their running game. And he was a big reason to it.
It's an adjustment period because there's a different skill set. So when you look at it, this is crazy. You're actually reading not the guy over, you read the guy next. Right. So if I'm over the three technique, I'm looking at the center and I'm looking at the tackle. And they'll tell me where the football is. And then I can take my step by step and I may need to redirect to get in the backfield. But that's where he was great at. His instincts and his quickness off his
Well,
redirect.
isn't most of it though assignment oriented? Where at Michigan it wasn't. You know, at Michigan he was almost like a free safety, where he was reading what the offense was doing and then making his own decisions. And he's fast enough to do that.
Well, no.
But I feel like with the Schwartz defense, he'll have specific assignments that he'll have to carry out, and I feel like that might take away his superpower of read react.
Well, no, I think it's the opposite. I think when you're talking about defensive line play, Schwartz will say, listen, what I want you to do is I want you to do recap. I want you to, when you have this gap, have you get in the race on stance and get upfield and cause havoc. Now, to a lot of people, that's a lot less responsibility. I don't have to worry about getting reached or cut off. Or I got this A gap of responsibility and I can't get cut off backside, in here. Or I can't get reached and double team. I can't get pushed to the linebacker. Those are the things you had to worry about in Michigan.
We play some of his, here's some of his Michigan games.
Can we
Yeah,
play?
you won against Ohio State?
Yeah, I thought he did really well against us. And what was crazy was, as I'm watching the game, I'm screaming.
Even a life that's rich with meaning can take an unexpected turn. And when life throws a change, we have over 100 years of navigating market ups and
Is that right?
Well, they had figured out early that they couldn't. And they did try to come back
This
to
is his
it.
best. This is his best case.
Okay, let's see this. And what I'm most interested in.
See, he has that gap. He just
That's just absolutely. That's
he has that gap. So he right here, right there, and he crossed over the center space and made the play, but he has a gap responsibility. He's just
See, right there, it's almost like a linebacker.
like
He's like standing up saying, which way are you going to go? I got you.
the arm over move, right? They try to double team him. He's supposed to good job. He's supposed to double team. He's doing a lot of good things on a lot of different things. Right here, he's just faster. He's just faster than him. He has that gap. He moves inside. He's just faster, quicker. That's a really good play because they try to block back on him, use the chains to get the guy off of him. See, that's a nice thing.
If you look at it right now, though, like I seen him warming up before Carolina game. It looked like he lost a few pounds. He looks a lot
Lost 10 pounds.
Yeah, he looks quicker on his feet than what he was. But I go back to last year when Anthony drafted Mike Paul Jr. and he talked about how they were revitalizing how they were using the pathway. They wanted guys that were quick enough, strong enough to be able to create pressure to last the pocket.
Which is important.
Right, and I feel like now here it is back-to-back years, he's drafted two guys that can do the same thing. I thought he played well. In fact, if you look at the first series, Alex White made two plays, and to me, I thought both those plays
Set up by him.
were set up.
Yeah, I thought
by Mason Grant.
And that's what you want to do. And that it's more like a team. It's in a team where, like, it doesn't matter which one of us get to it.
Yeah.
One of us has to get to it. And if you get to it because of my play,
We all win.
That's the chaos that we create. And if you collapse the pocket from the inside, that's where the quarterback can step up, right? Miles Garrett runs the weeks is better than any other defensive game. But there's a lot of times you can step up because there's some pressure in the pocket. Now it seems when you step up, there's guys that are pushing the pocket. That's good. Right. I gave him a B minus. I mean, there's some things. But here's the thing: you're not gonna see the best of Mason.
She better want to cuddle. That's what she programmed to do.
And they start bringing in waves. I mean, you get a guy that's as quick as Mike Hall next to him, where you can't do certain things. Now, I thought Carson Schwartz,
I give him an A.
49 all over the field.
I couldn't believe how active he was. I mean, that
13
was,
stats, bud. You see those stats?
yeah, half the tackles. He was in on half the tackles. On the plays he was on the
I
field.
said it. He's going to be in the
I
top.
take with him or no?
Oh yeah, we got to get put a show on by the way.
I thought, like, I don't want to be the king of the
There we go. Go
push
ahead.
through the moment. Don't say it.
Go ahead and say it.
But here's what I was thinking as I'm watching.
Are your knees with the thing?
No, it's twitching. It's twitching. But here's what I'm going to say.
Use reading is actually using and we get to use the gap all together. Uninterrupted videos and apps just for you. It's free. One subscription, two apps. Download one free.
Okay? Now, and I don't say this after 13 snaps. You can't make this assessment. But I will say this. To me, he feels like a guy that we're going to be seeing for 10 years playing at a global level. And we talk it back to what really, this has the potential to be the best Andrew Berry draft pick yet.
Which is ironic.
And he's 13 plays.
JOK was a similar style linebacker.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Watching Schwarzenegger over here, he picked up like it would have been a lot of fun to see him.
Oh my
And
God.
JOK playing together
But
in that line.
you know what's messed up is because if they would have had no JOK, they wouldn't have drafted him.
And the funny part about it is, we talk a lot about Andrew Berry. It was easy for AB to go back in his notes like, okay, I know what to do with this.
Yes.
I know what to look for. I know exactly what I want. What I talk about reacting. This man was just reacting all damn night.
And he's so quick.
He's quick.
Like I thought that his football IQ, before you can be a great linebacker, you have to be smart between your ears. Ray Lewis told me once, everybody thinks it's this muscle. It's this muscle. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you can't use this muscle, or you can't use this muscle unless this muscle is active. So that's what's more important. He goes, you have to know where the ball's going. And he said, I've watched athletes knack for knowing where the ball was going next before it left the quarterback's hand, whether pass or run. Which side? And I said, how? Like, what keys are you looking for? He said, oh, no, man. It's like asking Ted Williams, how are you such a great hitter? I don't know. I just know what I see, and I know how to react to it. And I'm not, please, don't mistake me. I'm not saying he's going to be that great moves. What I'm saying was, and gee, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. I think that his mental and his guess or his feel for the game is a superpower. And the reason it took so long for UCLA to figure it out is because he's probably not as gifted as the other guys physically. But up here and in here, and that's where linebackers are built, I think he's off the charts.
Late bloomers are devastating.
Why?
Because and I think he's like, is he a chemical engineer or bioengineer?
I think bioengineer.
Bioengineer. But the thing that people get is God-given ability is the instincts to know where the ball is. When you add on top of that layer your ability to then break down field and tendencies, that's another thing. And then the last thing is, do you have the God-given physical ability to actually diagnose what you see and then have the ability to
get there. You gotta get there.
He got all three of them. And the thing that he does that I like so much is he's not running around.
Oh yeah, we gotta cook there.
He's good at pass coverage.
She big now, super long, not like the other cats. That's what's up.
He don't take no false steps. Look at him, he turned his hips
And she
6
probably
times
gonna mess around and be
He
thick
turned
too when she
he
get
turned his
older.
six times because he's
But she
mirroring
already
what the
long
quarterback
now.
is doing. He can run past you. He can be slight. He can get through. He can get skinny.
Another 6 months, she gonna be thick as you.
I'm gonna tell you what. This guy is gonna be one of them dudes that you look up at the end of the season, and you're gonna say this guy is over 100 tackles.
Oh,
and
God.
he's in the top 5 in tackles.
He had 6 tackles in 13 plays.
Bro,
it's almost like, do you remember every year when Ohio State would play Michigan? And Chris Spielman was a god anyhow. Chris Spielman, you know what Chris was.
Come on, man. He was
Every single Michigan game, unless my memory is off, Chris Spielman would have 20 tackles.
The dude was on a Wheaties.
At high school.
Wheaties box for Maslin in high school.
In high school. But the reason I bring Chris Spielman up, and again, I'm not making that comparison yet.
Spielman's bad.
But when you play that position and you have that nose for the ball and that kind of instinct, you can get double-digit tackles every game. He's played 13 plays. He has 6 tackles.
He knows where the ball's going.
Oh man, bro, you gotta switch on that, bro. You definitely gotta switch on that.
And that to me is, and he's a rookie in his first, and I love the interview that he gave after the game. He actually said he was excited to get out there, and he knew that the game was going to be faster because everybody told him it's going to be faster. But he said, I already made that adjustment in practice. Like, it was faster in practice, and I've made that adjustment. So, in a matter of months, working out here and there, mini camps, rookie mini camp, and now training camp, he's already said, oh yeah, it's faster, but that's behind me. I figured that out. I've got it now. This man, please stay healthy.
That's it.
Please stay healthy because this is going to be a guy who is all around the football.
Yeah, and once everything get assembled, you'll start to see it. That's the thing that I look at. If the Cleveland Browns are going to overachieve this year, it'll be because they accumulate. That's why I'm kind of salty at the Martin Emerson. Because I thought Martin Emerson was having a real good camp. I thought he was comeback focused. His new number looked different. I'm like, okay,
Why you said
he
that?
got injured. I was kind of salty about that. But if the Browns are going to overachieve, and what I mean by overachieve, believe in it. That's why when you see Myles Garrett and he's out there, come on, yeah, we're going to need you there, we're going to need this, we're going to need... Like, the defense is the key to them being in a situation where they can win 7, 8 games.
I agree with that. I think the offense is what it is at this point. We know that it's challenged. The wide receiver, I think at some point it's unfair to these quarterbacks because at some point, guys, it's going to be our ones against their ones.
Right.
And that's not going to end well.
Yeah.
That's not going to end well. We've seen what it looks like to have a deficient wide receiver room. This wide receiver room is an embarrassment.
And I don't know, and where's... I don't understand it. Why is Cedric Tillman not playing? Like, they got him on ice. Like, this dude is the
And he's got a lot to prove.
Like, he's Al Toon. You not Harold Carmichael, bro. They got these dudes out here. I get it. You big. You got your frame. I know. I don't pause, but your frame. The crazy part about it is they got him out there like this dude is unstoppable, and I'm like, he needs some work. We ain't seen him since week 7.
Yeah, I know.
Of last year.
I honestly think that when the dust settles and we do inventory of the season, it's going to come back to our lack of wide receivers. I don't care who your quarterback is. You got to have wide receivers. So to your point, G, when I get excited and I start thinking, hey, maybe we could.
People are at work.
When the way I get to that space is if the defense reverts back to what it was 2 years ago. Schlesinger is the player we think he's going to be, and we get play out of the middle. Mike Hall continues his progression.
I gotta see
and
Mike
Mason
Hall back.
Graham becomes. So if that happens, G,
Alex
and our
Wright,
our defense starts squeezing teams, that's when I'm able to get myself to maybe we could win 8 games. Maybe we could do it.
And and I see where you're going. Your heart's hurt because they was going to use Judkins. That play action. They was going to use him in a lot. You don't even know where he at. So it's like,
God. See, but then I'd be saying maybe we could make the playoffs.
Right, then
maybe we could win 10 games. Because I do think we're going to be a run-first team. And I think, and listen, that's why I was disappointed that we saw 2 carries out of Samuel. We got Ford is what? Ford is. We don't need to look at him. He's an all-pro. We don't need to look at him. Sampson, I think he could be a really good running back.
Is Marshall the undrafted rookie out of Appalachian State?
Yes, and he looked okay to me.
Yeah, I like what I saw from him.
I mean,
like him.
he wasn't,
he's not fleet of foot.
No, but
I like
what I saw.
I need to see what Sampson is, as long as Judkins is like on ice for at least. I think everybody agrees 6 weeks minimum.
Yeah, I'm going with 8.
Are you?
8. Listen, man, I don't know what kind of footage they got. I don't know. It's been taking a while.
I don't think there's footage we would see.
Listen,
someone told me. You remember Ray Rice?
Yeah.
Someone reminded me. They said, "Remember what Ray Rice was?" Ray Rice. They're talking 2 games, and then the league suspended him, and it wasn't enough, and everybody went nuts. And then the video hit. That boy never saw another piece of grass in the NFL ever. And Ray Rice was prime Ray Rice when this happened.
I'm old enough to remember 6 games moved to 11.
Yes.
Real quick. Hey, I don't look.
And by the way, with no smoking gun of guilt, just a lot of women alleging the same thing.
It's 11.
So
What did Mike get? Mike Paul got what, 4?
5
or 6.
I thought he got 5.
And the charges got dropped. So,
but the thing was with I don't know if this is true. We don't know what any
Paul
of this
got
is
5.
true.
That's
It's all he says, she says. But according to the police report, he punched her with a closed hand in the mouth. Now, we all know what that looks like. Let's hope, for his sake, that there isn't video of that, because if there is,
hey man,
I'd be the first one screaming.
Hey, look,
when you see that, it hits different.
Hey,
you can hear that he hit her, maybe he hit her with an open
let
hand.
me,
There's no excuse for it.
Let me say
Ever.
this. If it's true, if it is true, you gotta sit down, bro.
For what?
No, he gotta sit down. I'm not gonna cry, be like, Judkins ain't out here to get no touchdowns. I'm like, bro, you can't be punching people in the mouth. Like that's that's just what it is.
Not acceptable.
Like so
I mean Ray Rice, it cost him his career, he never played again.
So
And once we saw it, Everybody's reaction was exactly the same.
So I don't know when
Oh
we're gonna
my
see.
God.
McNuggets. I don't know when we're gonna see Judkins.
Yeah, he's not even signed yet. Still not under contract. We got one last Browns topic to get to today. We're gonna do that after a quick word from Yahoo Fantasy Football. Fantasy football is back. Fire up the group chat. Get your draft boards ready. Buckle up for a season filled with breakouts, busts, and all the overreactions we live for. It's all going down on Yahoo Fantasy this year. The UCSS League is going back to Yahoo Fantasy, and you should too, whether you're a first-timer or a vet making your millionth league. To celebrate 28 years of fantasy greatness, Yahoo Fantasy is dropping 28 big new features over 28 days, giving you more ways to play, more ways to draft, and more ways to win. It all begins on August 4th. Stay tuned and get started by creating or joining Yahoo Fantasy Football League at yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. That is yahoofantasy.com/LockedOnNFL. Let's make this fantasy season the best one yet. Guys, Dustin Hopkins did make his lone field goal in the game against the Panthers, but he shanked an extra point, and it brought back a lot of flashbacks of last season
PTSD.
to where Dustin Hopkins cost the Browns some games and was frankly just not that good last year after being signed to a contract extension. To my knowledge, and Earl, correct me if I'm wrong, there is no kicking competition in camp. It is just Dustin Hopkins as the solo kicker in Browns camp at the moment. If you were running the Browns, it's a two-part question. Would you bring in some competition in camp? And right now, can you trust, can you have faith in Dustin Hopkins?
Yes, I'm bringing in competition. No, I don't have much faith in Dustin Hopkins. I was at practice last week, and they were going through these field goal drills where the offense had 3 plays to get the field goal, either got the field goal range, and they kicked a field goal. And I can't remember who was leading this group, but Dustin goes to kick a field goal, and the whistle was blown dead by the referee, but he missed it. So the miss didn't count. So they come back out the very next snap, and
Still missed it.
He kicks the field goal, and he barely makes it. And so to me, just a few instances I've seen in practice, plus when I seen there, no, I can't trust Dustin Hopkins to really be, 100% when it comes to like making his field goals and or his extra points. And I know the Browns were bad last year, and there was plenty of reasons why the Browns were bad last year. But if you go back to some of those games and you look at the margin of loss for the Cleveland Browns in some of those games, the outcome was swung because he either missed the extra point or he missed the field goal. And so just knowing that, let's say he cost us about 2 or 3 games last year.
Was it that
right?
many? I don't feel like it was.
I'm just throwing it out there. Just about 2 or 3 games, right? Let's say hypothetically he did that. And then he has not really been that strong in camp. You need another kicker in here pushing him forward. To me, I feel like
It's not a hobby. It's your empire. It's not DIY. It's do it yourself on Wix.
every position group can use some competition. We won 3 games last year. So iron sharpens iron. There's one person better than another. He needs somebody in here that's pushing him to be better than he is.
The reason why the Browns, people will say they're not going to win 7-8 games is because of special teams. Here's the thing. Jim Tressel always talked about it. Tressel can win games because you knew what the defense was going to do. You know they stayed with a crazy punter. You know they stayed with a field goal kicker. Ohio State for decades was comfortable with playing with 13-7 leads. When Tressel and the Buckeyes was up 14-10, that felt like they was up 20 because they was not about to miss. They was gonna punt. They was gonna pin you deep. They had defense. They wasn't giving up big plays, and their field goal kickers were going 4 for 4. They ain't missing no extra points. You can't be missing no extra points, man. If you got rookie quarterbacks, right? The cool thing that I like so much about the play was we had to worry about that. When they got in the red zone off turnovers, touchdown. When they had the drives, they put it in the end zone. Thank goodness. But guess what? When you're playing against ones and you're playing in a division like ours, you ain't going to be getting touchdowns every week against the Ravens and the Baltimores and the Bills and all them other dudes. You're going to need your field goal to give you at least some sort of good feeling, especially you come out on the road. You march the ball down, you get 3 or 4 third down conversions. Hey, you come up on the edge of field goal range. You're like, cool, let's kick the field goal. It's a difference between going up 3-0 with young quarterbacks just trying to learn something or you missed the field goal. Now all of a sudden the momentum was right back where you. So to me, nah, he got to tighten up, man. And I think the only reason they ain't got nobody in camp with him to have competition is because it's one of them contracts that they just
Come
gave that
on,
they can't afford to
man. We
get rid
better
of.
get
He got
spanked.
guaranteed money still on the books, so they're like, we're not going to cut a kicker with guaranteed money. First of all, why'd you give that?
Why, that's the bigger issue for me. Why are you handing that out after one really good season? I mean, let's
It was
face
nice.
it. His season was, but did you have to go and sign him for that long?
Yeah,
You know,
that's.
could you have put him on a 1 or a 2 year deal? Do you know that? Did you guys see Jacksonville's kicker? Cam Small is his name.
Cam Little.
Cam Little,
Dude,
70 yards.
70-yard field goal.
70 yards.
That's an NFL record if it was in a regular
And
season
I think
game.
the record is what?
67?
Of course.
66,
I want to say
I
it was
believe.
Cam
Oh, I told Corey, I said, well, there's our kicker. Guys, think
I
of
was
this.
hoping you ain't even bring him
When
up.
they called up the video, when I looked at the video, to me, the shocking thing was, he was a lot closer to the uprights that were
Did
at
you
his
see
back.
it was straight down the middle, too.
Nailed it.
That was
Nailed
good
it.
from 75.
But what, yeah, it was. But here's what was funny to me. They took the camera.
Bauer tools give you the confidence to take on challenging home projects. With hundreds of corded and cordless tools and accessories, Bauer is ready to deliver. Whatever you do it for less. Only at Harbor Freight.
In the broadcast from behind him because it was closest to him. Where he stood when his foot hit that ball, he was 50 yards away from the goalpost behind him and 70 yards away from the goalpost that he made the field goal for. So I bring that up to say this. What a weapon. What, bro, you start field position on the 25.
You ain't got to go
So
far.
if you get one first down, you're in this dude's field goal range.
Yeah.
They got 15 yards of offense,
Yeah.
and he kicked a 70-yard
Stop talking
field
about him,
goal.
Jay. You still got a draft. I'm talking about him.
No, he's mine, bro. I'm taking the
He was
first
good
round.
last- He was their starting kicker
And
last
think,
year,
and
by
think
the
of
way. He went 27 to 29 on field goals last year.
Yeah, the guy's got it. So here's what I'm saying. Like, we've seen in golf, we've seen the sport change with distance. Like everybody now. Tiger kind of reinvented the sport because he was the only one going 350 on the reg, and now everybody can do it. So it was the great equalizer. I think we're going to see a day in the NFL where there are 32 human beings on the planet that can do that more often than not. Like when you look at kickoffs now, they kick the ball out of the end zone. They used to not be able. I remember when they kicked off from the 35-yard line, bro. A lot of guys couldn't get it to the goal line. That's only 65 yards in the air. Homeboy it would have been good from 75 yards. Now it was a line drive. You got to know how to punch that, and a lot of those could get blocked. But my thinking is, we're asking a question. Should a guy who missed 9 kicks last year, what did he miss last year? 25 or 33 or something?
Dustin Hopkins missed 8 kicks last year.
What about the extra points?
And extra points, he missed a lot of
Do
those.
I include extra points? Hold on, let me do the mental.
You know what Browns fans say when he misses extra points now? Most teams, they go, oh my God, he missed it. You know what we say?
Here
He
he
missed
goes,
another one.
he missed another
He missed another one. It's our standard operating procedure to miss an extra point.
Hopkins was last year, just so we're all operating the same. Oh, and Jay, it was 9 field goals himself,
He missed 9, right?
and he missed 3 extra points.
That's what I thought.
12 kicks total.
Oh, he missed 12 kicks. And
Out of how many?
And he's in camp with no competition.
12 out of how many?
50?
47.
It don't matter. He missed 12 kicks.
Yeah, that's all I need to know. You can't miss 12 kicks and keep your job. Here's the problem. Nobody else is in camp. No. Now, I did learn this with kickers. You know, you guys follow the league at home, you know this. There's really 30 guys in camp.
Yeah.
Because most teams do have another guy in camp. Even guys that have good kickers, they have another guy on the roster.
Just in case.
And they're going to get cut. So there's going to be 25 available kickers on September 1st. So they're good at scouring, and they'll bring in 3 or 4, and they'll have an open tryout, and winner gets the job, if they decide to move on. But my thing is, guys, how long have you been asking the question about legal kickers? Really, since Phil retired.
Since Phil retired.
And since Phil Dawson hung them up, we really haven't had that guy that we can count on a regular basis.
And they ask him all the time. I think they asked, I forget who said this. I was at practice. They asked Bubba Ventrone about do they have a kicking specialist or do they have somebody that works with them. He said, you know, they just do their thing in-house. Like, other teams they have specialists. They have people who just do that.
I think Jason has advocated many times on the show that he can't believe that in this specialized age, look how important this are. So he missed 12 kicks. 9 of them were field goals. That's 27 points. That's if you spread it out. And then you throw in the missed extra points. That's almost 2 points a game. How many games do you lose by 1 or 2 points? In this specialized era where everything is so micromanaged, to think that every team does. Why isn't Phil Dawson on our staff?
And I keep trying to listen. We lost it. Listen, the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars, we kicked the ball, right? We got a turnover.
That's all we lost on it.
No, we lose that game or win? We beat Jacksonville.
We beat Jacksonville.
They kicked the ball off. We get a turnover on special teams.
We could have lost.
And the kicker is just too far ahead of the line of scrimmage, and you're just Willie would just walk down. They're like, no, your kicker was offside.
I know. How does that even happen?
All you got is one thing to do. Now I look at it like this. Even in that scenario, if you kick the ball in the end zone and it's a touchback, you get the ball on like the 35 now or something, right?
25.
I believe it's the 35-yard line now.
No.
I think it's 25.
I think they moved up to 30.
30.
Oh no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Leave that thing.
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member of GIC.
I could have sworn it was the 35 because he was like, if it's a touchback, you get the ball in 35.
Oh shit, she's right.
Is it 35 now?
It's
It was a new rule
This year.
Real quick, I'll read you the little blurb from NFL. The dynamic kickoff is here to stay with one notable adjustment. NFL ownership voted Tuesday at the annual league meeting to continue to utilize the dynamic kickoff while moving the ball spot on touchbacks from the 30 to the 35.
Yeah, with the whole reason being they don't want it to be a throwaway play. And so that sort of disincentivizes kicking it into the end zone.
So if your kicker, think about this. If your kicker, he kicks the ball in the end zone as a touchback, they get it on a 35. If they got a kicker on the other side that's kicking it from half field,
70.
all you got to do,
one first down.
That's a 10-yard dig
It's
route.
a weapon.
Game.
And
so
we got a guy that is missing extra points from 33 yards.
that has to be money bags. That has to be 31 yards. By the way,
I'm surprised.
I do like the fact that they moved it back because
I do
now
too, because
that is not a guaranteed play.
No, it forces teams to kind of pooch it
Yeah.
and to kick it between the 10 and the 5, and now you've got a play. There's a return.
I like that, and I like the fact they moved the extra point back. Now it's not a gimme. It's not a field goal. Like it's not like an extra point.
It's still 33 yards, though, right?
But yeah,
I mean, they did that like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
whatever
but
it was.
but for us, look how many times we done got screwed on that.
Has anybody missed more extra points over the last 10 years than Browns kickers?
I have absolutely
It's an
no
AI
way
question.
to look that up while sitting here with one hand. But
AI might be able to tell us.
I don't feel safe on extra points.
I don't either.
I
And
wait
so-
that out.
so
I don't feel safe.
Basically, the answer to the question
feel
is,
safe,
I can't believe that they don't have another kicker in camp. Like
so there is technically another kicker in camp. It's that Andre Schmidt guy who they cut, brought back, brought back.
Bro, I don't think I've seen him kick not one field goal.
But I was gonna say that the 3 days I've been out there, Earl, it's
I
been
ain't
all
seen it.
Hopkins from
Yeah.
what I've seen.
He need to go tell them.
Did
Like,
you see him when you?
no, I didn't see him. He need to go tell the Browns. Listen, this is like a college girlfriend. You wasting my time. I ain't getting no younger. What are we doing here?
Yeah, you either with me or
you
you're not.
were like, I done waited you out for 4 years in college. Like, they keep, is he getting any checks? Like, is he just out here praying for meals? Like, I don't know.
Like, no. All right, guys, we're going to move on and talk a little baseball because the Guards are red hot. But first, a reminder that August 26th is officially now FanDuel Futures Day, a brand new holiday for football fans who live for bold predictions and preseason hunches. For just over 24 hours, FanDuel is giving you deals on NFL season predictions. So whether you're calling your MVP, eyeing a long shot division winner, or ready to crown your Super Bowl champ before Week 1 even kicks off, this is your moment. Visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your future bets now, because Futures Day is a one day and one day only. FanDuel, play your game how you want, when you want.
I'm throwing a party. This is going to be my biggest book ever. No, not like that. This is going to be my biggest book. Well, not even like that. This is going to be my biggest book ever. Actually, not even like that. This is going to be my biggest book ever. $100 million money models. And I've been preparing to release this book to you for over 2 years. And at the launch event, August 16th, I'm going to be showing you how to get more customers to spend more money with you in less time over and over again. It's the most valuable skill set I have. Now, on top of that, come check this out. I've got 5 mystery headliners that have all confirmed they're going to be there live, and they've never before shared the same stage, and most of these people don't speak publicly. Now, on top of that, I have 4 amazing bonuses that are available to anyone who wants to pre-order a book. You don't have to, because you can register for free for that, you can show up for free, you can enjoy all of that for nothing. But if you want to pre-order a copy of the book, I got 4 bonuses for you. Now, on top of that, I've got one project that I've been working on for the last 2 years that I'll be unveiling live. And I can't say what it is, but I can tell you that it's better than an NFT, it's less Bitcoin, and every single person who shows up live gets one. So, if you want it, click, register. I'll see you there live, August 16th. Pre-order a book if you want. It's going to be awesome.
It's America's #1 sports book.
I got to read this because it's sad, but it's kind of funny too. So, a buddy of mine who's a big Lions fan just sent this, and he says they're out there. Lions found a guy selling insurance as a camp invitee who made multiple 60-plus-yard field goals as a rookie last season. 26 to 29. Just you in a plan that covers you and your spouse for $650 a month.
You're like, Jay, listen, my wife is getting everything already, bro. Like, listen, how much more insurance there? I'm not gonna give her no incentive. Like, 500,000.
Well, that's like the Cowboys kicker. That dude never played football. He was a soccer player.
That's wild.
And he just hit everything. I think he missed 1 kick all year.
Oh, yeah,
that dude was insane. And he was watching a football game with his fiance, I think at the time, and he goes, that hard, I think I could do that. And she said, oh, come on, man. You kick a round ball. This ball is oblong, and it goes end over end. It's got to be harder than you think. He goes, I don't know, man. I'm going to try it. So they went to a field. He took a bunch of footballs, and she was holding them, and he just one after another. Boom, boom, boom. He goes, no, it's as easy as I thought it would be. And the guy was Pro Bowl last year. I think he was the best kicker in the league last year.
And they even got a Pro Bowl return. They was like, yeah, that Turpin kid, I think he plays for the USFL or something.
They always find these oddball guys that...
And why we got Deontay Foreman, the first fullback returner in the history of the game. Fullback return. They were setting the wedge for him. What?
Well,
It's Foreman.
He is not currently on a team. That is, maybe
I remember that.
Yeah.
With a straight face. I said,
what is wrong with this picture?
Yeah, let's talk a little Guards, though. They beat...
YouTube Premium is ad-free YouTube and ad-free videos on the YouTube Kids app. So kids can bounce the Kids Bop without missing a beat. YouTube Premium. It's way more than ad-free. Try 1 month on us.
The White Sox this weekend again, 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
And they continue to make this AL Central race quite interesting down the stretch. Jay, I know they lost yesterday, but when you look at this overall picture.
You know what's crazy is they took 2-3 and Ramirez and Kwan were both ass.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, gave us next to nothing. And all of a sudden, buns. All of a sudden, Manzardo home twice yesterday. I really thought they were going to pull that out. They had a couple opportunities. It was 5-3. They left runners in second and third with the heart of their lineup up. But you can't get upset. You can't ding them because they're only losing 1 in every 3 games. They won another series. You can go back. I think it's 9 series now.
9 of 10.
9 of 10 series they've won. If it weren't for the Brewers, they would be the hottest team in baseball. Brewers won 10 in a row now. They came back from the Mets, a pretty sizable deficit yesterday.
The damn pancakes in the manager's pocket.
I know. It's like, man, I would try anything. Look, I don't care what it is. I'm not superstitious. I'm extra superstitious. I think that the bad thing about it is, yesterday the Tigers won, so they went back to 6 games out now in the division.
Yeah, they're back to 6 games.
I'm still holding out a small margin of hope that they can catch Detroit because Detroit's playing so awful. And when you look at that schedule, there's 4 more. They should be able to win those series.
But why ain't nobody being like, okay, let's do the wild card? Like, why ain't nobody?
Well, here's the problem with that. You put 6 teams in the mix instead of 1. Like, if you focus on just catching Detroit, you don't have to worry about what anybody else does. Right now, I mean, it's way too early to say this, but their destiny is in their own hands. Yeah. They're 6 games out, and they have 6 to play with the Tigers. So they can control things. Now, you're not going to take 6. You hope to win 4 of 2. That only gets you 2 games in the standings. Yeah. That means you've got to, if you can do that, and you're going to see Tarek Skubal at least twice in that run. So you basically, I hear what you're saying, G. Obviously, much easier path to the playoffs than the wild card.
Right.
Yankees are absolutely gagging.
That's what I'm saying.
Gagging. But there's so many teams that are stacked up there, you could pass the Yankees and someone could get you. Yeah. So I love their approach. Their approach is very simple. Let's just take this in bite sizes that we can handle. Series. Win the series. It's almost like they've won the first 2 games of a couple series. Not the Mets, they swept. But a couple of other series, they won the first 2. It was almost like they took their foot off the gas in the 3rd game because they knew they had the series in the back. I don't know if that's really the case, but to me, watching it felt like yesterday I didn't feel a sense of urgency, even though that was a very winnable game against a bad team. But I'm encouraged, man. I'm really encouraged. I'm mad because Kafis is as good as we thought he would be, and you'd say, well, why are you mad over that? You should be happy about that. Because we should have called him up a month sooner.
Yeah, we could have been in the cook.
I remember the year they kept Frankie down so they could keep the extra year of his control.
That.
And they ended up missing the playoffs that year by a couple of games. You're going to tell me that calling Frankie up in April or even May couldn't have made the difference in 2 games? He's Frankie Lindor. Same thing with Kafis. He has been lights out. Now, Pizzana might get a call. You know, they just elevated a couple of guys to AAA. That's usually, you do that, and if they handle it well, then they could be September calls. So I haven't given up on the idea that we could see Pizzana for a stretch at the end of the season.
And what makes it even look better is Kyle Manzardo. Even though they be playing with these at-bats, listen, we asked before. They said, well, the way the Guardians look at it, they got their analytics. Now listen, man, if you squint hard enough, you can look at him saying he can hit 30 home runs.
He could still hit 30 this year.
30. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you meant down the road.
No. 30 right now.
Hell, he hit 2 yesterday.
So if
been in a stretch.
If you get to a point where you can have a Kyle Manzardo and Kafis is looking good, you got Juan Ramirez.
Now you got a
now
you're halfway home.
You see?
You got 4 solid bats.
You see how these things work?
And the other guys are hitting better. Except, I don't know what boat.
Real quick. This came to my head as you said that. And Jay said, squint hard enough, you can see like the semblance of a good lineup.
Yeah.
And Jay said earlier, if you squint hard enough, based off some preseason results, and if Gabriel looks good in the game, you squint hard enough, maybe the Browns have a plethora of quarterback talent. They could.
Sure.
Which one are you squinting harder at? To get to a reality?
I don't really squint that hard to see Manzardo hitting 30.
No,
I don't.
Because he's
No, I don't mean Manzardo. I mean the lineup as
the lineup in a whole.
Being a competent Guardians. G said if you look at Manzardo.
Oh, no, listen.
You see what I'm saying?
Well, there's 4 pieces.
There's 4.
You need 6. If you have 7, you're a playoff team that can make a run. But you need 6.
So if I got the Lauder, right, I'm not even playing. Listen, if he gets hurt next year, he's going to be hurt in a major league uniform.
Well, if he gets hurt next year, I think everybody's going to give up on him. It'll be like a Spina. Like after a while, you know, you can only be next in the pipeline for a couple of years. When you just keep getting injury.
If he, like, my thing is, if you know it's not the talent. And you just know it's the injuries. Well, let me just see the injury happen right. Give him the opportunity to do it at this level.
Yeah, right.
I don't want. It does you no good to have him hurt in triple A or double A.
No.
Now I look and squint. So you said Bazana. All of a sudden, he's been hitting the ball way better since he came back. So now you said you need 6. I at least can give you 6 games now. Before, I couldn't give you that. And
I mean, are you throwing David Fry? Who's your 6th?
Well,
so we
listen.
got Juan, Ramirez, Manzardo. I mean, by the way, putting Bazana in there as a piece of the major league level, that's a big.
Yes, it's a jump.
That's a big jump.
We're just having a conversation.
But
squinting.
Yeah. Well, we're really squinting.
But
I might have one eye closed.
But I can squint and look at Martinez. I can say I like him. I like
He's a serviceable piece.
Serviceable piece. I ain't asking.
What I really can't, I can't squint. I can't put on, Mr. Magoo's glasses. But the one that I can't see is Bo Naylor. I like Bo personally, but
that's done.
My God, is he still hitting 170 something?
And that's
he's like
178.
And that's my mom. That's my mom. One of my mom's favorite players. I told her.
I like him too a lot.
My mom
Personally,
likes
he's a
him.
great kid. He's easy to talk to. I think it's not for lack of trying, but when you're hitting 170, like I know that average isn't the stat it used to be, but it's not like he's got 27 ribs and he's hitting 170.
If he had 17 homers and he was batting 205,
I could live with that.
I'd be like,
I could live
17
with that.
though. I could work with.
Yeah.
This 10 and it's 178.
Jay, question for you. When the last time you seen or heard this? I've been over here looking at the Guardian schedule in September. The 8th through the 11th, they have a 4-game series against Kansas City.
Okay.
Then you go 12th through the 14th. You got a 3-game set against the White Sox.
Right.
You go 14th through the
That's the
18th.
That's the Tigers.
4-game against the Tigers. Followed by.
Wait, is it 4 or 3? I thought we had 6 one.
It's a 4-gamer. Then
We might have 7 games.
yeah, then you got a 4-gamer against Minnesota, then a 3-gamer against Detroit. So from the 8th of September
Yeah,
through
well,
the
that's what they do.
25th,
It's all divisional play.
straight
Yeah.
divisional play.
That's what they do. Yeah.
Well, I need.
And they do that with good reason. They know that those games are
So what do you got to do for them to be in contention? If you got all them set up, how many of them do they got to win?
Are we sure they have 7 games left with Detroit? I thought I counted
Looking at
there were 6.
Looking at it.
I thought it was 6 too.
They play the Tigers the 16th through the 18th.
Okay, that's 3.
6, yeah.
The 6th.
Yeah, 6.
All right,
Okay,
well,
that's what I thought. But your point's a good one. Look,
You playing straight divisional opponents.
and that's the way baseball set it up, and I like that. And I think that's the way it should be. It's the equivalent of ending the season in football against Baltimore, Pittsburgh, and
I hate
Cincinnati.
that.
I know you hate it, but it's good when you got
Right.
2 games to make up.
It is.
You've got a chance.
Yes.
And they want all the games to count.
Oh. Bless you. Bless you.
Thank you. But
The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
the point there is White Sox are the White Sox. Okay, so they're playing for tea time. The Twins have rapidly fallen out of the race. The Royals are sticking around in the wild card. Who knows what's going to happen over the next month before we see them? But those games may be meaningless for them too. Now look, we're 5 ahead of Minnesota, and we were 9.5 behind Detroit a month ago. So a lot can change in a month. But I think it sets up beautifully.
And I'm pretty sure the rest of the division will be playing the same way. So
they're all playing one another.
It's going to be exciting to watch how this all plays. Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be great. I had given up on September being a meaningful month for the Guardians. When they lost 10 in a row and they were 15 and a half out, I'm like, yeah, this is
15 and a half out is
that's too big a number. And in a month, they clipped 9.5 games off of that lead. You're going to find very few instances in August, September baseball where teams march 9.5 games in a month. I mean, two things have to happen. You've got to be red hot, and they've got to be awful, and that's exactly what happened.
If we was to make the playoffs, and the playoffs started right now, who's your ace for the game?
I don't think there's any question. Gavin Williams is now the ace. You know, he's for me.
Ain't that funny how that happened?
Yeah.
We started talking about Gavin was
he couldn't get out of the 4th and 5th inning,
and now all in like 2 months
in July. So right before the All-Star break is when I noticed a different approach for him. He was trying to strike too many guys out. He was trying to be too cute with some of his pitches. He was at 100 pitches in the 4th and 5th inning. You're not helping your team, because even if you win that game, you're taxing your bullpen every 5th day. You're throwing 3 or 4 arms out there. You can't do that. But something clicked. I don't know what it was. Carl Willis was talking a little bit about that he has better command of his stuff, which is critical. When he had the near no-hitter, he still had a pretty high pitch count. A lot of times no-hitters, you're talking about guys are barely at 100 pitches. And, you know, he was at 120, I think is what he finished at, or right around there. Like, even in the no-hitter where he had great command and good stuff, and he didn't have a high strikeout, you usually get a high pitch count when you strike out a lot of guys, because you're going deeper into counts. He only, I think, had 6 strikeouts, but he just looks like an ace to me now. He looks like he could be a guy that, you know, he's not a scuba ace, but he's
He showed his numbers last week, and over the last 7 starts has been
great. A different guy.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We got one last topic we got to get to today. It's brought to us by Game Time. We've all been there before, logging on early, waiting forever for tickets, only to see your spot go to someone else because your ticket app did not work properly. Also, there's a fly flying around here that
At least he left the studio. He was in here
yeah. Use Game Time to get all your tickets. It makes it easier than ever. Prices actually drop as it gets closer to showtime. You can save up to 60% with killer last-minute deals on the Game Time app. Take the guesswork out of buying your concert tickets and show tickets and sports tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use promo code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Once again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest prices guaranteed. So over the weekend, Chris Fedor was on a podcast, and he was asked about some of the Cavs' trials and tribulations over the last couple of years. Chris Fedor had this interesting quote to say that, Earl, I want you to start us off with. Chris Fedor said, quote, "The Cavs have a lot of confidence that they are ready to compete for a championship. They do believe they learned what they needed to learn from their latest playoff exit. We all know the Cavs lost to the Pacers in round 2 this year. They lost to the Celtics in round 2 last year. They lost to the Knicks in round 1 3 years ago, and they lost in the playing game."
Clorox Sentiva cleans like Clorox, smells like grapefruit, feels like trusted clean, long-lasting freshness. Clorox Sentiva.
4 years ago. So, Earl, do you believe this has been enough trial, tribulation, and learning for the Cavs to get over their recent failures?
I absolutely believe that for a couple reasons. One, this group has been together 3 or 4 years. And Jay, I'm a person that believes in humility before honor. They've had their share of humility. They have been on this roller coaster of experiencing a lot of highs and a lot of lows together. If you get the opportunity to cover the Cavs in person, if you're in the locker room, you'll know that this is a close-knit group that believe in their own ability and each other. And not only that, they believe in Kenny Atkinson and the system. And then you couple that with the fact that if you look at the Eastern Conference, it's pretty much going to be wide open. Now, I know, like, we've been eliminated in the second round 2 years in a row, and I understand that going from being eliminated in the second round to eventual NBA champions is a massive leap in progression, but I find it hard to believe that the Cavs can't do that. chemistry, the experiences of the lows, the overcoming the adversity, and then the wisdom that comes from, you know, how poorly they played in the second round this past year versus Indiana. It's more like, why not the Cavs, right? Because I expect Donovan to be better. I expect Evan Mobley to be better. And this is going to be year 2 in Kenny's system. So, yeah, I figure why not?
Man, well, listen, if the Cavs jump is anything like this do-rag version of Evan Mobley.
That was AI.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but
A
that was
lot of people thought that was real.
See, no,
including Dustin.
no,
I saw Dustin sent it to the group, and I was surprised that he fell for it.
Bull sent it first, and then I said AI, and then Dustin sent it again, saying, holy crap.
Oh, yeah, Dustin must have missed.
Oh, you thought I was talking about his build? I'm talking about his game. I mean, like, I'm talking about the videotape. That wasn't AI when he was out there dribbling the ball 3 quarters.
Oh, do-rag Mobley with the...
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was real. That's not AI.
The steroids.
The steroid
Mobley
version of
is
Mobley.
fake.
Yeah, listen.
If he looked like that, we're winning the championship.
Hey man,
You look like that, he's suspended.
and he's probably also boxing too.
if he look like
with his reach.
if he look like that, Cell was
He is. We're not even gonna test you, Evan Mobley. You got a year off.
Go sit your ass down.
You too slow, Trump.
All right, G, what we saying?
Can't
What we
do that.
saying?
No,
I know what you're saying. We've talked about the moves that he's been working on and the videotape that's been out there.
I need him to cause look, you know, McNuggets. He's been the leader in the clubhouse, in the media, saying that Evan Mobley, where he needs to go, and if he gets there, the Cavs are going to be dominant because Evan Mobley will be the best player on the squad. Now, when you watch Donovan Mitchell's game, you be like, that's hard to believe, but when you see what he's been working on, I need to get my shot wherever I need to go. If you're going to be a grown man in the